Lopez wants it away.
And it's hit deep to left center. Andrew Jones on the run. This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza, and the Mets lead 3-2. Beto behind the net. Sweeps it in front. He's gone! Beto! 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 Defend Beto! And the Rangers have one more hell of a time, baby! But it's Mount Vancouver! Anthony for three. Puts it in! Knicks by one with 8.2 remaining!
Joe Namath, number 12, has been the one big sidelight. He's come down here and he says the Jets are going to win. In fact, he doesn't even predict it. He says, I guarantee a Jet victory.
His first at-bat of the game. There's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone has hit a home run. The Yankees go to the World Series.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Come on. That is right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We got a short crew today, Josh.
Oh, wow. We're starting already?
What?
Short crew?
No, I'm saying there's two people in the room.
No, you're not low, bro. You're not low.
There's two people in the room. I know. You're clearly sensitive about something here.
A little, maybe a little bit.
No, we had a skeleton crew here today. It's just myself, Matt Leonard, and Joshua Umahi here with you today.
Yeah, you know what? It's going to be interesting. I know we got a lot to get into.
Oh yeah,
a whole lot. You know what?
How you feeling on this Tuesday afternoon? Just the two of us here. This is great.
I'm good. Well, you know, Matt, normal people keep the world going.
Okay.
But those that dare to be different.
Oh yeah.
You know.
We're different today. We got two guys into the five. We're daring to be different, like Kyrie Irving,
daring
right?
to be different.
Like Kyrie Irving.
Absolutely.
Let's get into Kyrie Irving, shall we?
What a guy, man. What a guy.
All right, so Kyrie Irving made the decision that even someone of his brain power could make to stay in Brooklyn and make $36 million.
Can we just like
what?
Dare to be different and accept a $36 million player option.
For those who don't know what Josh is talking about, the quote from Kyrie Irving when he announced himself, by the way, that he's coming back.
Yeah, well, you know.
It has to be on his terms, whatever. That's who Kyrie is. But,
well, you know, you have to control your own narrative these days.
Whatever.
Come on now.
Kyrie's not in control of his own narrative at all, so you had to add the control there. But Kyrie Irving said, quote, about his return to Brooklyn, he's opting into his $36.5 million player option. He said, normal people keep the world going, but those who dare to be different lead us into tomorrow. I've made my decision to opt in. See you in the fall.
You know the funniest thing about this? It didn't even come from his personal Twitter, or he didn't put out his own statement. Shams tweeted for him this insane statement, and I'm just like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
Kyrie's like, yeah, I want to say this, but I don't want to say this. So can you say that I said this?
Oh my god, it's like. I don't like to throw the word weirdo around that often.
He's a weirdo.
He is. He's what's the word I'm looking for?
You had it, weirdo.
Well, yeah. Let's just leave it at that.
He's eccentric.
It's like, yes, he is.
That's the word.
And this thing with Kyrie, I mean, people will say, oh, he's an anti-vaxxer, he's a flat earther, all this stuff. He
has said on both of those, on several occasions, he is both of those things. He confirmed. Yes. If you ask him, he will say he's both of those things.
Let me add a voice for the voiceless, too. Let's add that.
Yeah.
But, he's all of those things, yes, but he's at the top of the list, he's an attention seeker.
I think the voiceless are like, Kyrie, shut up.
Kyrie, enough.
Kyrie, we respect what you're doing, but just shut up.
The voiceless. Oh, we didn't quite want to say it like that.
See, it's I feel like the voiceless are aware the earth is round.
Yes.
That's the difference.
That's a very safe bet. I think some of the voiceless actually took a vaccine shot too, but
we're not going to get into that. We're not talking about that now.
No, but attention seeking though, what was the reason if, again, maybe he wanted to see what his other options were?
Yeah.
And then once he saw, it's like the Lakers at...
The options may still be open. They're saying the Lakers are still trying, and I think that's hysterical.
Listen, they may be still trying, but what are they going to give the Nets? What are they going to give the Nets?
I don't know how that's possible for the Lakers to trade for him. I wanted it to happen just to watch them collapse, honestly.
Yeah. It's a funny thing with Lakerland. And the fans, they're like, we're so tired of Westbrook. Please give us Kyrie. We don't care if it's at $6 million, a max, whatever. Please give us Kyrie. But it's like, those are two different problems for two completely different reasons.
At least Westbrook shows up to work.
Westbrook shows up to work. Now, he may hit the side of the backboard a few times.
But shows up to work. He's got talent, Westbrook.
Yes.
And he gets hated on a lot. I hate on him all the time, and I love to hate on Russell Westbrook right now.
Guilty of it, too.
But, he's got talent in him still. He's not like he's done.
Yeah, it's really, he's not done in the slightest because he's still an athletic marvel. It's just the fit with LeBron and AD and them all being injured at different times of the season. That's kind of where it derailed the Lakers. But I'm like, I'm just looking at Laker fans being like, Kyrie. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure you really want this guy? I mean, him and LeBron, I guess.
How's their relationship? Like now?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know? And LeBron apparently signed off on it, but we don't know. That doesn't mean he's happy about it.
Right? It might just be like the lesser of two evils, right?
It may be like, Kyrie's a great player. Bring him here. I'll deal with my personal BS on my own.
Right. And
which would be very not LeBron of him to do, by the way. But
yes. And that's just Kyrie and LeBron. Like, what about Anthony Davis and that whole thing? Mr.
Glass.
Mr. Glass, Mr. Street Clothes, Mr. I haven't shot a basketball all offseason.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. That's pretty,
Laker fans are listen. It's a curious thing where maybe you're in a situation that's bad, so you're just looking at changing anything.
Make
Not even
some change, whether it's a negative or positive change.
Exactly.
Switch something up. Maybe something will go different.
Not even considering that other outcome might be so much worse at the end of the day. Because you only have Westbrook for Laker fans and the Laker organization. You only have Westbrook for one more year at a wild $47 million number.
Yeah, and speaking of guys that opted in, Westbrook opted into his option. That's even more of a no-brainer. If you're Russell Westbrook, you played as bad as you did last year.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you can leave and deal with the free agent market, or we'll give you $47 million guaranteed if you come back.
It's the funniest thing just watching the last couple of days with Kyrie and Russ. The fact that people will actually think.
Yep.
Listen, if I'm at a job and they're paying me okay, and there's another job that comes over and they pay it's a great job and it's amazing, but they're paying me $3 less, I'm not taking that job. So what makes you think athletes are going to be like, $47 million over maybe a veteran minimum contract, but a better situation?
He won't get a veteran's minimum.
Maybe that's extreme, yeah, but like $5-10 million.
I was going to go 20.
I could see him maybe 15.
With what guys are making right now, he can make 20 if he's on the open market off of last year, which is his history.
Let's
on the right team, he can still be good.
Okay, let's agree in like the $15-20 million range.
Between 15 and 20 is fair. I'm around 17, 18 maybe. That's around what he would get. It's not 47.
No, exactly. Even to that point, I'm like, I'm not leaving. If I hate the job and I'm making $47 million, guess who's sticking around?
Like, even if Westbrook, no matter what happens this year, as long as he doesn't even if he gets hurt he's making $47 million.
$47 million is $47 million.
Is he the highest paid player in the league? No.
I think when I looked it up earlier, I think it was him and Steph Curry of all people.
Yeah, Curry, I knew. Yeah, Curry was up there.
And John Wall, too.
Oh, no, he got bought out.
That's correct. Even before that, him at that $47 million number.
Yeah. I mean, I get point guard is one of the most important positions on the floor.
Yeah.
I understand that. This is like when you overpay for a quarterback and they just don't pan out.
Yeah.
Injuries, it's just, oh my God.
It's
This makes me grateful for the Bulls' sake that they never signed Derrick Rose to a supermax.
Yeah, you can go Derrick Rose, you can go Tracy McGrady at a few spots.
Yeah.
It's tough business. I mean, me personally, when the Lakers made that trade last offseason, I was like, really? Because Westbrook needs the ball. LeBron needs the ball.
In. I will admit, I was like one of those Lakers going to win the title people.
Listen,
I'll admit that. I was wrong by a lot.
I didn't quite go that far, but I thought they were going to be a good team. I remember there was a show where people were just crapping on Westbrook and the fit, and I'm like, if he compromises, that's the famous last words, if he compromises, because there was no compromise with the Los Angeles Lakers last season. That was their downfall.
Yep.
So, again, they have a new coach in here. I don't want to spend too much time on the Lakers, but hey, we'll see what changes, or if it's just, hey, I'm getting paid a good amount. LeBron's highly paid. Anthony Davis is highly paid. It's just vibes. Not really focusing on
just
winning.
LA, man.
Exactly. We'll see where it goes with that. But
we'll get back to LA in a minute because I want to talk about the John Wall contract. But I want to go back to the Nets for a second because this quote from Woj about Kevin Durant, it isn't even that I'm talking about. We'll get to that in a second. But he said Kevin Durant is most likely staying with Brooklyn. It was in a tweet. It said most likely. And I'm like, what the hell? If you're Kevin Durant, Kyrie just said, I'm coming back to play with you. What is this most likely about? What is that?
KD strikes me as a guy that wants to leave his options open, right?
Yeah.
So, but even then, it's like
KD's that guy that a girl asks him to date or something. And he's like, nah, I don't want to commit right now. Like I'm exploring my options.
Exploring options, exactly. That's the essence of Kevin Durant from what we've seen, his free agent moves and other things.
He's in a contract with the Nets, and he's still like, I can still leave whenever I want.
By the way, that contract was a 4-year extension he signed last summer that hasn't kicked in yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the funniest thing about this.
He's stuck in purgatory right now.
Literally.
Unless Kyrie really turns it on and plays a lot of games this year, he is stuck there.
Listen, Nets fans, they did get a win yesterday because I don't care what you think about them or how the situation's going to play out. Mm-hmm. Having KD and Kyrie is a lot better than not having them, right?
Imagine, like you said it last week, imagine giving the keys to Ben Simmons.
Listen, I get from a win-now standpoint, it's not great.
Yeah, exactly. From where they were to now, that would be such a setback. But building around Simmons isn't the worst thing in the world if you do it right.
Yeah, and I wonder if there are some Nets fans, all 5 of them, that would say...
It's like Barkley sounds like a library.
Bro, when I tell you... Well, it's like, I don't want to be this guy.
Any sport that is played there, it's horrible.
Any sport.
When hockey was there with the Islanders, it was bad.
And just from a Knicks versus Nets standpoint, it's like the Knicks... I went to a game late March, nothing to play for. That place was jumping.
Where, the Garden?
Yeah, the Garden. And you go to the Barclays Center and you watch the Barclays Center on TV even. It's Celtics-Nets, a big-time, what's supposed to be a rivalry, a big playoff game. You can hear a pin drop in there.
I really wonder if you go to a Nets game regular season when they're playing a bad team, the game doesn't matter. Can you, hear Iron Eagle? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Hear Iron Eagle from, section 211. I wouldn't doubt it, bro.
You're sitting courtside. He puts it in.
It's bad. It's bad from that standpoint. But yeah, it's from the Nets standpoint. They did get a little bit of a win. Again, KD and Kyrie, and I've said it. I think I said it on Friday. Mm-hmm. They haven't really moved the needle in terms of revenue.
No.
So
they're selling jerseys. I see a lot of Kyrie jerseys out. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, worn by hipsters in Bed-Stuy in Atlantic Avenue. Yeah.
I will admit, I own a Kevin Durant Brooklyn Nets T-shirt.
Okay.
I do, and I got totally dumped on when I wore it here one time.
Well, at least you that's fine. Wearing it here is fine because you wear a lot of different jerseys here.
Yeah,
but if you're the guy that's gonna walk around Flatbush,
oh no,
come on, man.
I like Kevin Durant as a player. I do. I've gotten over the whole Golden State snake thing. I've gotten over that.
Yeah.
But getting back to the whole Kevin Durant's a snake thing.
Yeah.
Part of that Woj tweet where he's most likely staying in Brooklyn is he goes, Kevin Durant is, quote, very loyal.
Oh, wow.
And then he said he will likely stay with Kyrie Irving to try to win a championship. Woj, you just contradicted yourself twice in the same sentence.
You know what? I'm a stick up for Woj here because...
Why?
Listen, hear me out. With Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving especially, you think you may know exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have no idea what they're going to do. So Woj is just throwing in likely and stuff. He's just throwing out disclaimers.
He's covering himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Especially with what happened yesterday, because it wasn't Woj that tweeted out that insane Kyrie quote.
Yeah.
It was Shams. And Woj looked pretty dumb because Woj was pushing this Lakers propaganda. And he looked pretty dumb yesterday. So clearly Kyrie's picked his favorite insider. But yeah, Woj just throwing the disclaimer out there.
If Kyrie trusts you, is that good or bad?
That's a good point.
I feel like if you're an NBA insider and Kyrie's like, I trust you to break my news, it's like, what have I done with my career?
If Kyrie invites you into his
little circle,
is it a good thing? Is it what you want?
Huh. Yeah, the insane asylum that is Kyrie Irving.
Hey man, it's Brooklyn. I'll say it again. They got to win, but I mean,
Where are they at, you think, in terms of their win now whole thing?
My thing with
Let's say Ben Simmons plays this year.
Right.
And plays decently.
I like that trio in terms of on-the-court fit. Mm-hmm. But let's look at why they got swept out of the playoffs by Boston. Boston was such a...
Simmons didn't play,
yes, that's one. And two, regardless of that, Boston, even if Simmons played, Boston was the bigger team, the more physical team.
Way better defensive team.
Way better defensive.
Far better. And then they proved that, they didn't win a championship, but defense wins games at least.
Yeah.
If you can shut down Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving for 4 games straight and beat them 4 in a row, sweep them out of the playoffs.
Impressive.
2 in their building. That's we talked about that already, but
yeah.
Not really their building. But
they're paying rent.
Yeah.
They don't own, they rent.
Yeah, exactly.
Barclays Center. But yeah,
go back to Jersey. You have a better shot there of an atmosphere.
Honestly,
right?
It goes back to the revenue point, too. If you're in New York City, you're always going to be...
You're competing with the Knicks, and you're not going to win.
You're not going to win, and what does that say? It says so much that you can't outdo the Knicks, who have made one playoff in the last, decade.
They won a playoff series once in the last 20 years.
One playoff win in the last decade. I think we could say,
years.
20 years. It's a crazy thing, and what does it say about you that you're never going to be big brother to that? So... But my thing with the Nets is, once they traded for Simmons, I feel like they knew they had to have that trio together for at least 1 year. See what it looks like.
If they went, not even deep, if they went past the first or maybe even second round, got to the conference championship with Simmons in the playoffs,
right?
I would call that trade even. I would call it even a win for the Nets. If Simmons played and then they got far in the playoffs, but he didn't play and they got swept out, so... He's got to prove himself that, he was worth trading for James Harden.
And the Nets are so capped out, too. Yes, they need to get more physical and they need more bigger...
Yeah, but where's the money coming from? You just said it. Where's the money?
Listen, 3-and-D guys in today's NBA are a dime a dozen, and they're a luxury to have, and you got to pay a pretty penny for that luxury. So I don't see how the Nets, who are, hard capped at this moment, I don't see how they really get better other than keeping those 3 in place.
Yeah. Because trading Simmons would be a terrible look.
Yeah.
KD and Kyrie are obviously going to stay.
Right.
Now.
And, you have to... That's why I'm saying, you have to keep that trio together.
If you think about it, why wouldn't you have traded Kyrie and gotten more pieces and stuff? Really think about it.
That's why I'm were the Nets secretly hoping Kyrie could find a sign and trade partner yesterday?
I'm sure part of the front office was hoping that. Somebody, I'm sure, was rooting for that.
Oh, from Sean Marks' quotes in his, I think in his exit interview, he said
he didn't put Kyrie Irving in the ticket thing.
No,
he was done.
He literally said he wants players that are committed to showing up to work.
Yep.
So
that's direct shot.
Direct shot. So
right at Kyrie.
I think low key. Him and some other people in the Nets front office were it would kind of be nice to rebuild, have patience with Steve Nash, have patience with Ben Simmons, and see where it goes. Cut salary, maybe they were secretly hoping that, but regardless, Kyrie's here for 1 year. KD... At least. KD is... It's funny with KD, great player, second or third best player in the world as far as I'm concerned, but...
When healthy.
But it's how are you this married to Kyrie? If Kyrie's not there, you're going to leave. If Kyrie's here, you're going to stay.
Yeah.
How if you're Kevin Durant? He
has to realize how much better he is than Kyrie. Kyrie's great. Kyrie's incredible, obviously. He's one of the best ball handlers, not the best we've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Kevin Durant is so much better than Kyrie Irving.
It's such a weird dynamic because it's Kyrie is the alpha and KD is below that, but it's the other way around when you view on-court talent. It's so weird.
Kyrie to Kevin Durant's that crazy girlfriend that you're not going out with your friends, you're staying here. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm staying here, yes.
It's from all the reports I've seen the last couple of weeks, it's are we sure KD isn't being held hostage? It's such a weird dynamic. I can't, I'm laughing at it as a Knicks fan. It's such a weird dynamic, though.
Thank God that didn't happen to the Knicks. Think about that. That happened in the Garden.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Bro, that's why they chose Brooklyn, because they knew if they pulled the stuff that they're pulling in the Barclays Center at Madison Square Garden with our crazy-ass fan base, we know it would be a complete circus. They knew they wouldn't catch as much heat as they would going to Brooklyn.
I'll be honest. I wanted them in that offseason. So I wanted Zion. I was that Knicks fan.
Absolutely.
We're getting everybody. It's going to be amazing. And then that's every offseason. But
It never works out.
this offseason's weird with the Knicks. I don't want to talk about the Knicks too much, but
Okay.
I mean, Jalen Brunson's obviously the main target because you don't got to give anything up but money for him.
Right.
And you got to give enough. But then, the trade targets this year are there was no big guy in the draft because they were picking 11th. There was no, there wasn't a Zion or a Ja or RJ in the draft. They were, we got to get this big player because you didn't know who they were going to draft. That's fine. They ended up drafting nobody. But now they have all these picks, and Donovan Mitchell is the big talk. And that's the only name that's a star that I'm really hearing. And I'm fine with that because I hate all this garbage of, the Knicks are going to get 3 stars and a new big 3 all in one offseason. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, the draft was Thursday. We came on the Friday show and we were ripping them.
Yeah.
Because we were like, what are you doing? But
we still don't know.
It's weird because you
It takes
see
time to materialize.
Yeah, given the last couple of days and you see all the reports of they're likely to sign Brunson. Okay, we have a point guard.
Who's he passing the ball to? Seriously, who's he passing the ball to?
That's a good question because the roster could really, really change once free agency starts and everything else. But again, Jalen Brunson, I hate the fact that because people aren't happy with the Knicks and what they're doing and what their plan is, Jalen Brunson's a damn good player. He would be the best point guard we've had in 15 years.
You think so?
100%.
Oh, let me think back.
Since literally Stephon Marbury.
You know what? I'm trying to think of Knicks point guards. I don't know why one of the names popped in the head was Jeremy Lin. That's not a good answer.
Well, I'm trying to find.
Oh man,
I'm trying to find one.
I'm just naming them Raymond Felton. Brunson's better than Raymond Felton.
It hasn't been pretty. Oh, here it is. So
you got a list?
My boy sent me a tweet of the last Knicks 4 opening night point guards.
Can I guess?
Okay, well, I'll go down the years and then.
Okay, give me a year.
Okay, let's start with last season.
Last season, opening night.
Yeah.
It wasn't quickly, right?
No.
Okay. Derrick Rose?
Close. Just got traded.
Oh, Alec Burks. No, just got traded. Okay. Kemba,
yeah. 2020.
Oh, God. Derrick Rose then.
Nope.
No?
Our boy, Alfred Payton.
Oh, God.
And then, since I know you're not going to get these.
Go ahead, go on.
No fan would get all 3 of these. It's actually listed for me.
Who are the next 3?
Alonzo Trier, Trey Burke, and Ramon Sessions.
Alonzo Trier. Oh my God.
That's terrible. So come on, bring on Jalen Brunson if that's what we're looking at.
Alonzo Trier.
I'm telling you.
Jeez, that's wow.
So we know Jalen Brunson will be an upgrade from what we've typically seen.
And I'm so on board now that you named these names.
Oh, absolutely. Come on now.
I mean, I see Brunson as he's a career backup, but then there's the other side of that he's never had a chance to start.
Exactly, and he had a good season this year, good regular season.
He was great when he played.
Shined in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Mavericks in the conference finals, he had a lot.
When Luka went down early in the playoffs, he was amazing.
I think they had a winning record before he came back, Luka.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. So
think about it, Luka's the best player on that team, no doubt, no question. He's one of the best players in the league. And Brunson just held it down.
He really did. And his camp is saying he'd like an opportunity to run the show. And I wouldn't mind that here. Now, obviously, Randall... These are things you have to figure out. Yeah. I read a tweet from, I think it was Fred Katz that we kind of talked about pre-show. Mm-hmm. Actively looking to trade Randall. At least you're taking calls. I'm okay with that. At least because
you have to take calls because it's hard to get rid of the guy. Where's his value right now?
Some people, it's kind of mixed. Some people say he still has positive value. Some people say you have to attach a draft pick to get rid of him. I don't know.
Don't attach a draft pick to get rid of him. I'd rather keep him than trade another draft pick because you attach a draft pick to get rid of Kemba Walker.
And it's funny because you brought up Donovan Mitchell too.
I would do.
I've been praying literally since the season ended. I've been praying every day. Please let the Utah Jazz accept Randall back in a Donovan Mitchell trade. That would be perfect.
What do you mean back? He played there?
No. I'm saying he would. The Jazz would accept.
I think Randall going back. He played in L.A. and New Orleans. He didn't play in Utah. I was so confused for a second.
No. He did work out for them pre-draft.
Oh yeah,
drafted, which was funny. But I'm if the Jazz accept 4 first-round picks, one of our young players, Randall. Mm-hmm. You get Brunson and Mitchell. Now we can talk. But until that happens, Leon Rose got to show me something, or else it's like, it's wait and see with that guy.
Real quick on the Knicks, and then I'll wrap up basketball after that.
Yeah.
Did you hear who else is being shopped right now and who's interested in him?
No.
Who was the Knicks' primary point guard this year? Out of position primary point guard.
Oh, Lord, Alec Burks. How could I forget?
The Celtics are interested in Alec Burks.
That's interesting.
I heard a report today, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way a team that just lost the NBA Finals in 6 games is going to trade for Alec Burks. I'm fine with it. Take him, please. I'll take him for cash. I don't care.
That's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually funny because all summer long I've been saying Tibbs killed Burks' value by playing him out of position at point guard.
The Celtics want a point guard, and then the funny thing is they're going to go with Alec Burks if they trade for him.
I'm like, yeah, on the other side of that, did Tibbs trick the Celtics into thinking he's an actual point guard? Is that what actually happened?
Maybe that's why he played at a point guard. Build up his value as a point guard and trade him. I don't know.
Maybe Tibbs and Leon Rose are evil geniuses. And we're just all...
boy, no, they're not. I'll give you the evil part.
Evil, yes.
Tibbs looks like a gremlin or something.
He does.
He looks like a troll, maybe. I don't know. Like somebody see like in Harry Potter or The Hobbit or something. You just got Tibbs on the sideline yelling at R.J. Barrett.
Bro, back in the day, there was a clip of him like laughing during an ESPN interview, and it was the scariest thing ever. I'm like, bro,
yeah,
I understand. We don't want to see that side of you too much.
No. Oh God.
It was the scariest laugh, the smile. I was like, oh no. Keep all that inside like you've been doing.
Some of these coaches are great in terms of broadcasting when they're done. I could not see him ever going near a microphone again.
No.
Aside from press conferences, stay away. Go back to whatever bridge you crawled out from under and just go guard the bridge to Tibbs. Just don't come near us.
Hey, at least he'll be the Knicks head coach until February when they fire him inevitably.
Do you think they're firing him by February?
Well, that's wishful thinking. But the Knicks, I never know. Because I would have fired him in the offseason.
Yeah.
But, hey.
Oh,
one last Knicks point. I don't understand how you could watch the Knicks in entirety, if you're entirety, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
In the Knicks front office and be like, this guy is what we need. No,
and then they're not going to draft a player, and then so many problems.
It's like, this guy, I watched Tibbs sabotage the entire season. Why is he back?
Maybe they didn't draft anyone because they know Tibbs isn't going to play him anyway.
That's actually a great point. That's a great point. If Cam Reddish is struggling to get minutes, then that's actually a great point.
You have to play RJ. He's the emerging star. I get that.
Right.
But Tibbs is so stuck on playing the vest. Maybe they talked to him and he said, look, like, I don't want more young players. That's stupid, but maybe that happened. You never know.
I went to one game where it was like down the stretch, and he played like Alec Burks and Fournier over like Quickly and Grimes when the season was over, and my whole section was disgusted.
The whole garden's probably disgusting. That's horrible.
We were like, what are we watching?
That's horrible.
It's like I don't want the Knicks to be the 2016, the last season Utah Jazz, where you're just in the middle. I don't want that.
Well, the Utah Jazz, like they're like great in the regular season, then the playoffs come around and they fold every year.
That's true. That's a bad comparison.
I'm trying to think, what's the Nuggets?
The Nuggets or like an NFL comparison, because I'm better with those.
Like middle of the pack NFL.
Like the Commanders.
I was going to say that, yeah.
I don't want to be the Commanders.
Honestly, the Cowboys aren't that bad.
I don't want to be the Cowboys either.
I don't want to either. I'm saying, like, that's comparison-wise. The Cowboys, like, you know.
Hey, man, listen. Brunson and Mitchell, my pipe dream. If we don't get that. Because I'm dumb. I'll still go to every Knicks game I can.
Yeah. Give them all your money.
It's blood in, blood out, bro.
Just give Dolan your money and just shut up. That's what Knicks fans do.
He's taken enough of it already.
Yeah, there you go.
He can take a few more dollars.
Really quickly, though, John Wall with the Clippers. How do you like that?
Completely dependent on how much he has left in the tank.
Okay.
We saw him for a little bit, not this season, 2 seasons ago with Houston.
Yeah.
How much does he have left? If he's still...
No, that was last season. 2 seasons ago, he was in Washington still. He got traded for Russ.
Really? Because he didn't play at all this past season.
Oh, sure. That's right. There was the Wizards Russ trade. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
So it's like, if he's like 60% of prime John Wall, it's a great move.
Yeah.
If he's completely cooked, then it doesn't
I have a feeling he'll be like what Derrick Rose was for us.
I like that, actually.
If he's always been a great passer.
Right.
He has the IQ. He's not going to dunk ever again, probably, which is sad because he was explosive, man. But
that's another great comparison. Like, if he's able to be what Derrick Rose was to us.
Same injury, too, wasn't it? Wasn't it ACL?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When we made the playoffs and Derrick Rose immediately stepped in and gave us that leadership and that, point guard
the
ability.
Veteran presence.
Yeah, if John Wall's able to do that
they have a way better roster than the Knicks do when they got Derrick Rose.
Listen.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George over there. Like, they're a team that was a point guard away.
Literally.
I hope John Wall is that guy for them because you're high on the Clippers even before they got John Wall.
Oh, yeah. My prediction, my way too early Western Conference Finals prediction, Clippers-Warriors.
Oh, God.
Book it.
Okay. You going to put the futures bet on that? You get that confident? That's what I thought. No. No, it's too early for that.
Yeah.
Wait for the odds to go down. If somebody get hurt.
Yeah, that'd be throwing money into the furnace if I did that.
Yeah.
I'm mildly confident, though.
Okay. I can respect that.
See what happens.
Not confident enough to put your money on it, but I respect that. You predicted it on the air. There you go.
Yeah, it's there forever.
Yeah, the things that sit on the air just stay here,
Yes, it's good things sometimes, bad things other times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. 516-572-7440 is the number to join the show. Matt Leonard and Josh Umahi with you here today. Let's go to football. We haven't talked football in a while, and somebody signed a contract today. Terry McLaurin of the Washington Commanders got a 3-year extension, 3 years, $71 million, and he will be among the top 5 highest paid receivers in the NFL. I find that hysterical because if you look at the others in the top 5, they all have quarterbacks. Who has he got?
That's a good point. My whole thing with Terry McLaurin is
someone's got to throw you the ball.
Yeah, somebody, and it's going to be Carson Wentz for like 5 games this season. Yeah. So we'll see.
Then you got what's his name? Heineken.
Taylor
there you go, Taylor Heineken.
But with Terry McLaurin,
that's how you put up with watching him.
Yes, exactly. There you go. He's a great player, Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that because he really has not had any quarterback play.
He's been great without it. So, could you imagine him if he got traded somewhere? I mean, it was not even close to ever happening. But Packers need a wide receiver one. I was like,
just
if you
about
can
to say
somehow, it's not happening now for sure. But
imagine him with Aaron Rodgers. Boy.
I know, like a quarterback on that level.
Amazing. That'd be incredible.
I think that'd be. I can't say better than Adams. I think Adams is the best in the league, even though he's gone. I still say he's the best in the league. Kupp is a close second.
Okay.
But McLaurin, I like him. I don't think he's top 5. I wouldn't put him top 5. If it were ranked receivers, I wouldn't put him top 5.
It's funny because...
It all depends on when you get paid, though.
I feel like a lot of people would agree with you, but I feel like that's kind of unfair until he gets like an actual...
That's true. He hasn't had a shot.
Right. There was one game last season, I think it was Redskins-Cowboys.
It was Commanders. Their football team. I don't know.
That's the first...
Football team Cowboys. You did it? There you go.
That's the first time I've done that. The Commanders.
We've all done that by this point. It's them, it's the Cleveland Guardians, formerly known as, but yeah.
The Guardians are a joke, but that's another topic.
No, they're not bad.
The team isn't bad, but the name is just,
I thought you meant, that's pretty bad, yeah. But go on, Terry McLaurin.
But yeah, there was one game, it was on prime time, Commanders and Cowboys for some reason.
Why would Monday night?
Sunday night. It was the weirdest thing. And
because every team's guaranteed Monday, and then that's fine. That's all good. But wow, Sunday! Oh my God,
that's a good question, right? Like, how were NBC execs so high on the? I think they were the football team at the time. I'll call them the football team.
They were the football team at the
past
time.
Tense, yeah. But how are you so high on them that you put them on Sunday night in like week 15?
But that was late in the season.
Late in the season, bro.
So nothing got flexed. It was just the Cowboys who were rolling at that point.
They were rolling.
The Commanders were out of it.
I'm about to look.
But they weren't. No. Didn't that game have playoff implications?
I think it might have.
Because the Cowboys were starting to fall off. That's right. That game had playoff implications in it.
I'm about to look this game up right now.
Like, I mean, not directly, but like if the Commanders or whoever they were, if Washington won, they would have been closer to the Cowboys. I think something like that. That's why it was important. Like I remember that game. It was terrible.
The Cowboys rolled them.
The Cowboys destroyed them.
And I'm watching that game, and I'm watching Terry McLaurin literally do everything he can. And Trevon Diggs is guarding him, who I think is like, the interceptions are nice, but he's not a real like shutdown corner.
He's right place, right time.
Right, exactly.
He's like Marcus Peters, who's better than him, but
it was disgusting to watch because he's not a shutdown guy, yet every pass that was Joe McLaurin's way was underthrown. overthrown.
Yeah.
And Diggs is like celebrating like he did something. I'm like,
That's
oh
every
my
corner
God.
in the league.
That's true, but I'm like, in this specific case, I'm like, yo, please. I know Terry McLaurin is praying to whatever God he serves. Like, please get me a quarterback, bro. Please.
Yeah.
Every day and night.
Yeah.
That was terrible. And that was all season, too.
I know. It's this man's whole career.
There was one incredible catch. I think it was
Oh yeah, when we like twisting, falling backwards. Oh my God, that was insane.
incredible play, right?
Yeah.
But why does he have to do all that in the first place?
Yeah, like
That's a terrible
if you have
throw.
to contort your body that bad, and they were like, "Great throw by the quarterback," and I'm like, "What are you watching?"
I'm like twisted his body in half just to catch passes from Taylor
If you have
Heineke.
to risk getting hurt and no one's hitting you and you're trying to catch a ball,
That's not great.
That's a problem.
It's not great. But hey, I'll give the Commanders credit for one thing. Even the stuff that's like patently obvious.
Yeah.
Like they had to give McLaurin his money. He's like the one
Or
good
trade
thing they
him,
have.
but they had to. Yeah,
They had to. So I'll give them.
I wouldn't say he's the one good thing they have. I like the defensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a young defensive line, but I like some of those guys there.
I was a lot higher on them before last season.
Yeah.
Chase Young is kind of, I don't want to say
He's coming
disappointing.
back. He didn't play last year.
That's true. We'll see how he
Montez
comes back.
Sweat, I like him.
He's a dog.
Monster.
Talk about people that got that dog in them.
Yeah,
he got that dog.
He got that wingspan. He gets interceptions off the line.
They're interior defensive guys too.
Yeah, they got a good defensive line. That's it. But
Which is funny because that's the one thing you like really need to be like a contending team.
Yes.
You've seen with your team, my team, like you need need those dogs on the defensive line, right?
And yeah, with the Packers had the Smith brothers, and then they had Kenny Clark in the middle.
Rashawn Gary coming on.
And then in interior too with why am I blanking on his name? Devondre Campbell.
Yes.
One of the best linebackers last season, was an All-Pro. I mean, to be fair, their secondary was amazing too. You have J.R. Alexander back there, but he didn't play half the year.
Yeah.
And that defensive line was amazing and crucial for them last year. You see it too, Cam Jordan for you.
Man, listen. I think people are like hella asleep on our teams.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any wide receivers, quote unquote.
You don't have a quarterback according to some people.
To some people, yes.
Yeah. Corey, I'm calling you out.
Jameis Winston. I'd rather have Daniel Jones than Jameis Winston. Is that what he said?
I said I'd rather have Winston than Jones going into this year, and he called me crazy.
Like, who wouldn't say that?
I said, like, my thought on that is, first of all, Winston is way more established. I guess coming off an injury.
Right.
I get he had one of the worst seasons ever a few years ago.
Yeah.
But then, he's more established in the league. Daniel Jones has not proven he's not had one great. Do I want to say he's not had one good season?
Who?
Daniel Jones. I want to say that. That's a stretch, right?
What would it be, his rookie year?
Yeah, his rookie year is probably his best year, and that's not a good sign of something.
That's a terrible
You have to
sign.
grow.
Right.
And it wasn't like a spectacular rookie year. If you want offensive rookie of the year, like if Justin Herbert, a guy like that, won offensive rookie of the year, or like a Kyler Murray, guys that were great in their rookie season as quarterbacks.
Right.
If that was their best season, like 3-4 years in, it'd be like, okay, fine. Maybe your situation was better that year. I still wouldn't call them good quarterbacks if that was the case, but we've seen those guys grow crazy.
I do think Daniel Jones, the addition of Brian Dable and Shane in the front office is going to be good for him.
Oh, yeah, Brian Dable I think is going to be huge.
Yeah, how good is it going to be for him? Like, we'll see. But Jameis Winston last season, like, what was his touchdown to interception ratio? 14-3 before he got hurt.
He had 3 picks, that's it?
Jameis Winston, 3 interceptions
Wow,
in 7
I knew he threw a lot of
games.
touchdowns. I didn't know he threw that little picks. That's Aaron Rodgers numbers.
That's my problem with people that kind of like hold Jameis Winston to the same standard when he was in Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
he's a different player.
He had the
now.
eye surgery too.
Yeah. You can actually see where
I know,
he's
you can see what he's doing. When I heard he had that, I was like, what the hell, man? I was like, are you serious? And Curry had the same thing.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that
blew
up.
my mind.
Like, I don't understand how you're that good at shooting a basketball and you can't see. You can't see as good as the rest of us. How? Are you an
He
alien?
went into a shooting slump. That's the best part. He gets the surgery, he can see better. He goes into a slump.
That's
Wow,
actually
okay.
hilarious. Bro, you should have just
Should have stuck with the not being able to see. It was great for you.
maybe seeing 2 rims work for him.
Yeah.
Like it did LeBron that one time.
But I mean, I think the Saints are going to be good this year. I still don't have to win the division. I still got the Bucs win over you guys in the division.
Listen, I'm I'm biased. So
I know you are.
They will make the playoffs. I say they'll win the division.
It's a hard division just because of the Bucs. Everyone else is easy, but the Bucs are hard.
I'll keep it honest with you. I wasn't that scared of the Buccaneers this season.
Okay.
Until Akeem Hicks signed there.
Yeah.
Their defensive line is already so good.
They lost Sue, though. He's gone.
It's so, yeah, that's true. He's going to the Raiders, by the way.
They don't know about that yet.
Really?
He may retire.
He may retire.
I saw him on SportsCenter, and he was doing like a little audition live on the air for SportsCenter. He was really good. He didn't go into broadcasting, apparently.
He strikes me as somebody that'd be good in media.
I've never heard him speak until that. I'll be honest with you. I only know him as the idiot that stepped on Aaron Rodgers' collarbone. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, why is this guy on TV? I heard him talking like, this guy's good.
Wasn't that on Thanksgiving too?
Yes, it was.
Oh, the family's watching, you're going to do that?
Yeah. Well, Aaron Rodgers' family doesn't watch him play.
That's true. That's very true.
He doesn't let them watch his games.
That's a good point. But yeah, with
he's a family. I think that guy's got a family. People think people care about that guy. I love him to death, but you think people care about that guy?
Listen, I'm not opposed to actually having arguments with my parents.
Yeah.
To have actual beef with your parents.
It's everyone. His whole family just cut them all off. That's what it is.
How unbearable do you have to be?
It could be them or him. You don't know. It's probably him, knowing Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's got to be him. It's got to be him.
Yeah, I mean, it was years ago, too. It wasn't even like the recent stuff with the anti-vax stuff. It wasn't even that. So long ago.
I feel like he was always unbearable, but that stuff that happened last season just kind of brought it more to the surface. And now it's like, oh, we all know who this dude is.
I just got an alert from Bleacher Report. The Mavs believe Brunson is gone. There is growing resignation in Dallas that the Knicks are Jalen Brunson's top choice and an inevitable destination for the point guard.
Okay. So, all right, Brunson is pretty much a Knick then.
Yeah. I don't want to overpay him. That's my problem. I don't want to overpay him.
If the Knicks gave him his max, I think it would be 4 years, $100 million. Now that only puts him at the 15th highest paid point guard in the league.
So I can live with that.
Right.
If that's what they're making it, they're going for, I can live with that.
My only issue with that signing would be Brunson. If Randall is still here, if you're talking like Brunson, RJ, the young kids, Obi Toppin, you can throw him lobs all day. If Mitchell Robinson comes back, I can deal with that.
I want him gone.
Mitchell Robinson.
I'm done with Mitch. I'm over the Mitch experiment.
If it were up to me, I'd probably bring in somebody like Mo Bamba in instead of him.
I would too.
Because Mo Bamba can hit free throws.
Yeah.
I can't. That's my number one basketball pet peeve. I can't stand bigs that can't hit free throws.
Unless you're Shaq and you're scoring 50 in other ways.
Exactly. If you're a rim running guy who, literally lives around the basket, nowhere else, can you make some free throws when you get fouled? When you inevitably get fouled? So
they're going to foul you if you can't make free throws late in games, too. You can't play late in games like that. Like Ben Simmons when he was at his tail end with the 76ers.
Like Ben Simmons, like DeAndre Jordan in the past.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's what I don't like about him. But regardless, if you have Brunson with the young guys, I can live with that. I don't like Brunson and Randall's fit because they both need the ball. And RJ needs the ball. So it's like too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, then Brunson and RJ wouldn't work.
I think two of those guys would work, and it's obviously going to be RJ. He's not
Randall's going to have to adjust to a new role if he wants to stay here.
Absolutely.
He cannot be the ball-dominant point guard guy.
Because let me tell you something. If the first 5 games of next season, right?
Yep.
Randall's still here. Brunson's here.
If I see Randall bring the ball up more than 5 times in the first 5 games, I'm going to be mad.
If Randall goes to the post and does that little hezzy, tween, hezzy,
fade away
step back,
three,
my God, I'm going to boo him so loudly. He's going to have hearing problems.
Oh, boy.
I don't want to see that anymore.
I don't either. Oh, my God.
He's definitely going to have to adjust, though. Like, if he wants to stay, you nailed it. Like, he has to have, like, a come-to-Jesus moment and be like, all right, I'm going to be a pick-and-roll big. I'm not going to have the ball in my hands all the time. I know I was a all-NBA type player before when I played like this, but now it's just not going to work. People have figured me out. I got to adjust. If he doesn't adjust, I'll be screaming for a trade literally 5 games in. I promise you.
Like, you're absolutely right to do that, too. I mean, they're not going to do it, but you're right to say that.
Because that Brunson news got me going again. Like, if we...
Yeah.
Brunson, my dream starting 5, right? Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, RJ Barrett, obviously.
Okay.
Obi Toppin.
This is realistic, right? You're not going to go something crazy at center.
No. Obi Toppin,
Mo
Mitchell
Bamba?
Robinson. Mo Bamba, hopefully.
Okay. That's a lot to ask for, I think, all 3.
What do you think about
I would take Bamba and Brunson and a few other key pieces just to build and keep building. I'd be okay with that not getting Mitchell.
What do you think about the DeJounte Murray stuff?
Oh, God. He goes to the Hawks. I'm going to be really upset. If he goes anywhere in the West, I'll be fine with it. Even in the East, if he goes to like an established team, I'm fine with that too. If they create more contenders in the East, I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah, I know. We already got enough of them. It's funny because, again, he's being rumored to the Hawks.
Like Bradley Beal's another one.
Yeah.
Like, if he goes somewhere in the East and makes another team good that wasn't good, I'm going to be really upset.
I think it was Corey on Friday who brought up the St. Louis connection between Beal and Tatum in Boston. That could be something.
Yeah, I mean,
inevitably,
him in Boston would be something else.
It would be. I don't.
You have to give up Jaylen Brown.
You have to. I was just about to say that. Like, I don't know if
he's like being a little weird too.
Yeah,
that would be interesting, right? Jaylen Brown a swap for Bradley Beal.
The Celtics would be a lot better, I'll tell you that. And I love Jaylen Brown.
Well, think about this. DeJounte Murray for Jaylen Brown and somehow worked that out.
Oof.
Think about that.
Listen, he'd be the perfect
They get the point guard. Tatum gets his point guard. Mm-hmm. Marcus Smart can focus on defense, be like a six-man type role, focus on defense off the bench. Oh, my God, that'd be amazing. Why are they looking into that?
Okay, some would ask, why aren't the Knicks looking into it?
DeJounte Murray? It's probably the price tag's too high.
The price tag's too high. If you want to,
He's younger than Mitchell.
Exactly. If you want to sign Brunson, you still keep those assets because you don't have to trade for Brunson. You can just sign him outright. You still have the 11 picks in 7 years, like Leon Rose likes to brag about, to make a Donovan Mitchell trade. So I'm okay with them not being in on DeJounte Murray like that.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, if Donovan Mitchell doesn't happen, I can get over that as long as they do something productive.
Right.
To me, it's either the two big moves, one or the other. Randall leaves or Mitchell gets here. If both can happen, great. I want one or the other. That's it.
My thing is just show us a clear direction.
That's true.
Because you have, with the draft moves, you've confused every single Knicks fan out there. We don't know what you're doing. So just show us you have a clear sense of direction, and I'll be fine with that, whatever it is.
I don't want it to be win now. I don't want that.
I don't want that either. But how are you going to win now?
What if that's the direction I'm saying?
Oh, that'd be disgusting.
That's what I'm saying.
How are you going to win now?
What if they're trading all the draft picks?
Well, okay, by win now do you mean?
No, I'm talking, what if they go Brooklyn when they traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett? Trade your future for, like, stars and, like, it fails.
I almost cursed again. I'd riot. I'd riot, bro. I'd riot.
Oh, God.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, no. No.
How are you going to win now? You have Giannis in the East. You have the Celtics, Miami.
Boston. They said Boston, yeah.
Chicago, maybe.
Levine is...
If he resigns?
He's looking at a max contract over there. I think he'll resign there.
The weird-ass Brooklyn Nets, too? Like, how are you going to win now?
They're going to do? We haven't mentioned them except for the beginning of the show.
Right, yeah. Like,
they're still a contender. If you have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving playing at least 80% of the games, they're a contender.
Agreed.
That's just it.
So you can't be in win-now mode if you're the Knicks. You can be in, like, cute little 6-seed mode.
You can be like, wait for the Nets to fall apart, wait for some other teams to crumble, then we move up.
Right, exactly. Win now would be terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds funny, but it'd be terrible.
I wouldn't be able to deal with that.
No.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Matt Leonard, Joshua Umahi here with you this Tuesday afternoon. 516-572-7440 is the number to join the show. And let's move on to baseball. The Mets start a homestand tonight against the Astros, who just destroyed them in Houston in 2 games there, swept them in 2 games. We got Framber Valdez against Carlos Carrasco, who comes back tonight after he had a little injury scare in his back.
This guy's name is Frambler?
Frambler, I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't know how to say it. I'm guessing it's Frambler. That's how it's spelled.
Parents got to make better decisions.
Framblay, is he French?
Parents got to make better decisions, man. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets got swept. The good news is they're getting somebody back as well as Carrasco they did not have in that 2-game set, and that's Jeff McNeil, who's starting at second base tonight.
Yeah, baby.
But there is a caveat. He's starting at second base in place of Luis Guillorme. Escobar's playing third, and J.D. Davis is DHing.
I've stuck up for Eduardo Escobar a lot on the show.
I'm done with him.
It's because you want to root for him. He's such a great clubhouse guy.
I'm not saying cut him. I'm saying bench him.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Keep him for the clubhouse. You're paying him a lot of money. It's going to be hard to cut him. Oh, my God. Jeff Passan, stop tweeting. What is he? Hang on. What's he saying?
What's good old Jeff saying?
Jeff Passan, what do you... Oh, God. MLB tax exemption and, the law stuff.
Oh, that's great.
I don't care, Jeff.
Great. Come on, Jeff.
There's the antitrust MLB stuff. That's what he's like, that's 5 in a row from Jeff Passan. Why?
If you're gonna do all that, at least have it be something people care about.
6.
Jeez.
I'm gonna keep updating people.
Jeez.
Anyway, the Mets tonight. That's actually why half our crew isn't here.
Yeah.
2 of them were at the game.
Well, the Mets are must-see TV now.
I know, but I mean, TV. Like, come on. We have a show to do. Whatever. I mean, Anthony, you're excused. You're at the doctor. You're fine.
Yes.
But the rest of you're at the Mets game. Mike's in the Hyundai Club. Like, I'm not even joking. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm laughing at them. I'm a little jealous though.
I am too. I'd love to be in the Hyundai Club right now. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
but the problem is if we all go, then we got to preempt the show.
Yeah.
We can't all go.
That'd be a little messy.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh
wanna
my
do
God,
that.
we're at like 7 or 8.
Let me tap in with Jeff. Oh my God. If you're gonna go on a tweet storm, if you're gonna go on a tweet storm, have it be something people actually like the common fan cares about. You couldn't put this in like an article or something.
11.
11.
I'm gonna keep.
Put it in the ESPN article, bro.
Oh my
Come on
God,
now.
I have 18 Twitter notifications
That was
in
me.
the last 3 minutes.
That was me on draft night before the Knicks picked with Woj and Shams.
Oh boy.
Spoiling every pick.
Yeah. What do you think the keys are for the Mets? I almost said Knicks. The keys for the Mets to, maybe show the Astros a little bit that they can hang with them this time.
Well, let's hear from the caller first.
All right, yeah, we'll go to the phones here. We got a caller on the line. Caller, you're on WHPC Sports Talk. What's going on?
Let me ask you.
What's up,
Video
Anthony?
of this is Anthony, by the way.
I know.
The video of Russell Westbrook dancing in his car, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to bring that up.
We're getting to
there's any like thought in his brain that, hey, I'm only in it for the money, which we know it is. But do you think there's some semblance in him saying, hey, maybe I can win with this team. Maybe I can be better. Because that video of him dancing is like, I got my money. Oh, yeah, I got my money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, the way he was talking about LeBron and AD and Vogel on his way out, he doesn't seem very happy to be a Laker. He does seem very, very happy
To
about
make
that.
almost $50 million.
Yeah, come on now. You're absolutely right, Anthony.
We were talking about it before earlier in the show, Anthony. What do you think Russell Westbrook would make if he declined that option? What, like Josh said veterans minimum. I said $18 million.
I think 20. I think 20 would be fair. I mean, I think there's some stupid team that would pay him,
That's
just
exactly right.
Agreed.
I think maybe the King, this may be a stretch, but just to get the ticket sales up, they might, the Kings would have taken a flyer at him just to boost ticket sales if they have a space. But this other thing, I'll leave you off with this. So now this is true that David Fizdale is now an assistant GM over at the Utah Jazz, correct?
What? What?
No way. No way.
No.
No.
No way. Really?
That happened?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it did. It did. Oh, my
I didn't even know about that.
It did.
I'm lost here. I didn't even know that happened.
Oh.
You gotta be kidding me
David
right now.
Fizdale's like the poster child of what it's like to have good friends in high
that's
places.
the official title.
What is it? Associate GM.
Okay, so if Donovan Mitchell is still on this team, there's something wrong with him. I mean,
Right.
I'll make this comparison really quickly. And I know I said I'd leave you off with this, but I'm really going to leave you off with this. I've noticed a parallel, especially with hockey, that people who don't do a great job keep on getting jobs. And David Fizdale would fit in right with the hockey sort of idea that no matter how much you screw up, you'll always get a job. And good for David Fizdale. At least he gets another crack at ruining another team. So good for him.
Right.
I think that's the moral of this phone call. Good for Dave.
Anthony, let me ask you one question about the Yankees before you go. I'm not hating. I'm just asking a question.
Yes, of course.
Who the hell is J.P. Sears?
J.P. Sears has been up and down a little bit. I actually went to one of the games, the Miguel Andujar game.
He starts tonight, so yeah.
Right. I was at the 2022 Miguel Andujar game where he went 2 for 4, and that's all he did. And J.P. Sears started, and he was decent. I'll give him credit. I believe it was against the Orioles the last time I saw him. I could be wrong though. He wasn't bad, but you got to see what you have. And from the last time he played, he did a decent job. So, and the Yankees have a shot to win every night, even when they're down. Although last night I thought, even though I thought in the Astros series they could always come back and win, last night I was like, they probably lost this one. That's the only time so far. But
they were down, 5-1? They came back to beat the A's. That's pretty good.
Right.
They won 9-5, so.
And it was the Athletics, and I felt like if you're down that early to the Athletics, it's a little bit pitiful. I don't know if you have a chance to come back, but the catcher's interference stuff was a little ridiculous. I don't know how
I agree.
That happens twice, but they won. That's another win, and we're going to win tonight, and we're going to win the World Series. So.
All right.
All right, guys. Take care. Good show.
Thank you for the call, Anthony.
That's the interesting thing with like the Yankees and Yankee fans and how they're viewing their season so far, because it's like they've had a lot of comeback wins. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing as a fan. As a like objective fan, I think that's a really good thing. But it's like if you have to come back all the time, does it say something else? I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
There would be some that I guess would say that. Regardless, the Yankees are phenomenal. Like they win every day. They come back every day.
Yes.
They have guys like J.P. Sears and Matt Carpenter, and these guys come out of nowhere and really produce. So they got a good thing going.
There are a few things I want to get to in our final, 3 minutes here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell are going to box each other. Why?
No, I'm laughing at the conversation we had about this in the back.
We can't talk about that here.
We can't talk about it here. But
no.
Wow, okay. All these like celebrity, I don't know. I feel like boxing was one of my favorite sports as a kid. It's just a mockery now. We have pro athletes fighting each other.
You got YouTubers fighting people.
Come on now.
I mean, Jake Paul's not a terrible boxer, but he's not a real boxer either.
Nate Robinson would tell you different, bro. Nate Robinson would say very different.
I say he's not terrible.
Well,
he's pretty good according to Nate Robinson, I guess, yeah. Yeah. Ask Nate Robinson's jaw how good of a boxer he is.
Got the snot knocked out of him.
God.
That was bad.
Yeah, but do you think they're just looking for money at this point? Because both of them have shortened careers.
That's exactly what this is.
Or you think CTE has taken over completely, and that's just what's happening here?
This is exactly what it is. Like, these washed athletes.
Yep.
Not getting that football or basketball money anymore. Let's go for it.
You don't see the baseball players doing this. Just saying.
No. Or hockey. Well, they kind of have fights on the field.
Yeah, they can box whenever they want.
Exactly.
For free.
Exactly right.
Yeah. The match takes place. If anybody wants to watch this, I don't know how you watch it. That hasn't been announced yet, but it's July 30th at the Crypt in L.A., Crypto.com Arena.
The Crypt.
Formerly known as Staples Center, but,
The Crypt and the Clays.
That is what it's hosting now. We got boxing matches with Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell, so we got that to look forward to in July.
What a fall from grace.
For both of them.
For everyone involved.
And the arena.
And the arena.
Like, come on.
Come on, now.
It's the most famous arena in the world. Like arguably more famous than the Garden. Come on. Now it's the Crypt.
What a fall from grace.
I can't. Last thing I'm going to bring up today is I want to read some of the Skip Bayless, Russell Westbrook beef.
Yes.
I'm going to quickly read this before we have to go. We got like a minute left. Skip Bayless said, "Hey, Russell Westbrook, happy to talk face-to-face about the nickname I believe I originated in 2012. Then he put all caps and on Twitter, join me on TV podcast. I'm reading it exactly how we tweeted it.
Yes.
Let's talk about how you'll make $47 million next year after being the worst three-point shooter in the NBA. Most overpaid player ever? Please join me." Again in all caps on Twitter.
You know what Skip Bayless gives? The vibe Skip Bayless gives me?
Let me read Russ's quote real quick.
Yes,
I don't know if you saw this. Russ had the ultimate quote, and it sounds familiar to me. Russ goes, "Don't say anything here you wouldn't say to my face."
Hey. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
That's how we should carry it. You know the vibe Skip Bayless gives me?
What's that?
He gives me vibes of a man that's lived all the way to, how old is he, like 60?
I don't care.
That's lived all the way to like 65, 70.
Yeah.
Never been punched in the face. There is no way that guy's ever been punched in the face, ever.
Have you seen his face? Maybe.
Nah, you're right, actually. It's not aging very well. But
his nose is he looks swollen. Like maybe he got punched somehow.
Hey, he can't lose in them shoes, though.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
There's no way that guy's been punched in the face. I'm sorry.
No chance.
Point still stands. He moves too reckless.
He will get punched in the face by somebody, most likely LeBron James, but, I think Shannon will have nothing, go skip and just hit him, reach across the table.
Last point.
Yeah.
LeBron, you just put an idea in my head.
What?
LeBron's Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
Don't say any words. Invite Skip Bayless up, punch him in the face. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Oh, God. Like, Brian had so many doubts he could punch in the face, but that's number one, all right?
Well, violence is never the answer.
It is never the answer. Except when it is. That's what we'll leave you with. Violence is never the answer, folks, unless when it is. All right, that'll do it for us today on WHPC Sports Talk. For Matt Leonard, Josh Umahi, thank you for listening on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.